Good evening, YouTube and vinyl community. So it's Kevin here. Just kind of wanted to do a quick video, say thank you for subscribing to my channel for those of you who've done so. I have hit 150 subscribers and I'm just really excited for the growth of this channel. Every day I talk to somebody or interact with somebody else in the vinyl community, and it's just crazy how many of y'all are out there. So I appreciate you watching. So in my last video on the 100 subscribers, I kind of peeled back the curtain a little bit and did a video looking at me instead of looking at records. Today I was going to give you a little bit of a tour of my work in progress, like music room slash entertainment room. So this right here is a vinyl wall per se that I put together a weekend ago or 2 weekends ago. This was inspired by a video that Vinyl Eyes, Jared New did. He did a 9-part record wall. I decided just to go with a 6-parter, just so, I actually have the room to do it, but even as tall as I am, being 6'7", I would have a hard time reaching up there because I have 9-foot ceilings. So I didn't want to be struggling trying to get my records into into a spot and risk the chance of dropping them or anything. So I just did a 6-parter. And I like it a lot. It's pretty easy. These little screws, as he mentions in his video, or I want to say I paid like $1.60 per pack of 3, and it took me 4 screws per album. So 24 screws. I bought a little bit more just in case I wanted to add to it. But yeah, overall it's pretty cool. You just kind of pull the record out of here, and I've been kind of putting in the stuff that I'm listening to at the time and just kind of rotating them out as I listen to them. And so that's kind of what I've been listening to in the last few days. I'm still kind of a work in progress. You can see I have a lot of extra space on the walls. This right here, this little Abbey Road photo, it's like a giant postcard. And I got this when I actually went to London and I went to Abbey Road, and there was a Beatles, if you've been there, there's like a Beatles gift shop kind of right outside the train station there. So I picked that up, and I don't know, figure that's kind of something to put on the wall. Life magazine, landing on the moon picture, or a magazine. I don't know, kind of got like a thing for the 60s, and I thought that would be cool to kind of have that on there. Over here I've got Lamb of God drummer Chris Adler. I went to a drum clinic at a local drum shop here in San Antonio area called Jeff Ryder's Drum Shop back in 2011. Chris Adler did a drum clinic there and signed a drum head there, so that was pretty cool. This is my Slipknot autograph. I think I only got 8 of the 9, if I'm not mistaken, of the autographs, but this was back in Ozfest 1999, so this is when they were really first starting to get going, and yeah, I really dug Slipknot's first record. I still do. I still think it's their best work. Very, very original metal album. Still listen to it to this day. Most of y'all have seen my record collection. At least most of it. Still, like I said, a work in progress. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do everything. I've got some of my CDs here. So I'll probably end up, I even thought about doing some sort of like a shelf right underneath the albums here on my record wall. More or less, these are kind of my box sets that I decided to start putting up top so it doesn't put too much pressure on the shelves, which really, honestly, this Better Homes and Gardens shelf that I got from Walmart for $68 has been quite an investment. It holds, you can see, for several LPs, and does a pretty good job of it. But you can also see that I'm starting to run out of space. So the wife and I have talked about getting, expanding this and getting a much larger shelf. But we will probably end up doing that next year sometime after the holidays. One last thing I figured I'd show while I'm going around. I was going through some boxes because we recently moved into this house about a year ago, and I'm still just kind of picking up the pieces from the move. One thing I thought was cool, I got this right before I moved last year, is a stamp from Elvis. They had these stamps on sale, or they were selling them at the post office, and it's like a mini 45 kind of thing. It looks like there's a sleeve there, and you flip it over and it's got that. So I thought about getting like a 45 sleeve, like an outer sleeve, and hanging it up somewhere, maybe over here would be fine. But thought that was kind of cool, little stamps. But yeah, just a little, again, that's just a little bit of, that's all a mess right there. But just a little bit of, my little media room that I'm working on and slowly but surely getting stuff up. One thing that I'm going to do later this year, I mentioned in a previous video that I'm going to be heading to California at the end of the year for Christmas. So I'm thinking about shooting the video maybe before I leave and posting the video. I get back on the 1st. I don't think I'll post it on the 1st, but maybe post it right before I leave to head back into town. But it's going to be like a best of 2016 and kind of a recap. So I thought it'd be fun to hear from y'all on what some of your favorite albums of 2016 was. I thought it was a great year for music. Saw a lot of old faces with new releases, but also some really good albums coming out, like Draft Tongue Orchestra. Really like that album, been enjoying that. So yeah, I'd like to hear from y'all. What do you think some of your favorite 2016 records are? And like I said, later the year I'll post kind of a recap / my favorites of 2016. So stick around for that. And I think that's going to do it. Again, thank you again for everybody who subscribes to my channel. I'll keep making videos if you keep watching. And it's great hearing from the vinyl community. It's great hearing from everybody and their interests in music. And as much as I love music and listening to music and collecting music, there's so many more of y'all out there. So again, thank you very much, and y'all have a great evening.